What's up everyone, it's your girl Shay here, and I'm obviously back with another video, and it is finally my review on season 3 of My Hero Academia. I know it's taken me a long time to come out with this, especially since season 2 review was released a while back, but a lot of things have happened since then which took me a long while. But overall, to talk about what I thought about season 3. And season 3 started off actually super exciting. We got the big fight with All Might versus All for One or One for All. I probably always get his name wrong because I always get it mixed up with All Might for some reason. But we had that big fight. We had Bakugo getting kidnapped. We had so many things going on, and we had so many things going on mentally with the people. So we saw Bakugo kind of get knocked down a peg and then kind of work himself up. We saw him figuring out Midoriya's powers and where it came from and everything else. And overall though, it was a cool season 3. Although I do have to say, I kind of enjoyed season 2 a little bit better. This isn't to say season 3 was bad, but I feel like because season 3 started off with such a punch that the rest of the season kind of lagged until the latter half of the season, where they introduced the big 3 from their third years that are at UA before they started their work study. That's literally just kind of how it felt for me. But I'm also going to say that I also kind of felt like the second part of season 3, or the first part of season 3, I believe, it kind of felt like it was the first part, actually. Yeah, it felt like it was a filler season, or filler arc, because they were at the camp, but I had to ask and it turned out it wasn't a filler arc. Also, it turns out that a lot of my overall hypotheses were very incorrect with what I thought about what was going to happen to Bakugo and who I thought certain people were to Bakugo, which you're going to see during my vlogging of season 3. But I do have to say, overall, not a bad season. It had its ups and downs, like I said before. It kind of had its down moments and had me a little bit harder to push through when it hit after the big fight with All Might. But overall, though, not a bad season, not a bad series. I'm actually glad I really started back watching it again. One of the best things, though, that I have to say that I really enjoyed about this series was obviously still the growth of the characters, but the growth of one character, which was Bakugo. So obviously we all know Bakugo has always been like the raging, angry, always wanting to succeed person or individual in this entire series so far, and probably going forward he's probably still gonna be the exact same way. But I feel like after his entire kidnapping, he became a lot more bearable. Not really bearable, but he kind of learned a thing or two, and it kind of showed that, to me, he suffered from something called survivor's guilt. But I don't want to say it was survivor's guilt, but I don't know, it's a weird thing that I feel like he kind of suffered through, and that was after his kidnapping and after he got rescued and everything else. But I think it was because he kind of blamed himself, because of course after that All Might decided to retire. And to me, seeing him, he didn't really break down, but seeing that vulnerability, sorry, cannot talk because it's so early in the morning, vulnerability from him was great, because he was always a character that I disliked because of just how he treated Deku. But seeing that, to me, made him more human. And also it kind of showed him have a respect for Deku, and also kind of showed that he was kind of jealous of Deku in a lot of ways. So that was a good thing for me to see. And while I feel like the second season was the growth of Todoroki, and Todoroki is obviously still growing through the third season, especially when it comes to his dad and everything else, Bakugo to me grew more this season because of the fact of with him getting kidnapped. And I feel like that was a great thing for them to do as the mangaka to do, because Bakugo was the character that was kind of always one note, kind of the comedic relief in a lot of ways. But seeing with this third season, seeing him actually have a little bit more of a story arc a little bit, and actually seeing him become more vulnerable and expressing not really his feelings a lot more, but seeing how certain parts of this season affected him, was great to completely and totally see. So I really enjoyed that. So yeah, I have to say I really enjoyed season 3. I'm really excited to watch season 4, and by the time this video comes out, most likely I'm probably already watching season 4 and vlogging it once again as well. So now here's the vlog, so check it out. Let me know what you guys think, and of course, like always, check out the vlog. I'll see you guys after you finish it. Also, I feel like I need to stick this little part in here that I didn't put in at the beginning of this video, but there's going to be spoilers for season 3. So if you have not seen season 3, or you don't know if you plan to watch My Hero Academia if you haven't seen it at all, this is going to have spoilers. So do not write in the comments below, oh, these spoiled it for me, because I didn't mean to, and I'm telling you right now. So don't watch this if you don't want to be spoiled. All right. Now, time for the vlog. First of all, good morning. Okay, so I'm finally watching season 3 of My Hero Academia. This is episode 39 that makes it season 3. But yeah, I'm finally starting it. I think I said it's Tuesday, November 19th that I'm watching this. So let's get started on me watching season 3 and see what I think about it. It's now Wednesday, November 20th, and I'm on episode I think 41 or 40, either 40 or 41 of season 3, and to me it's feeling like a filler season or a filler episode, maybe. I don't know, I could be very confused. So I did finish 2 episodes yesterday, but I didn't feel like I needed to talk about them really. It was mostly about them just at the training camp and learning that they're now going to be trying to strengthen their powers instead of their mind, which is what they were doing before. But now I'm on the episode where this one group of the League of Villains or whatever are at their camp, and there's this kid named Coda, and he has issues regarding quirks and regarding heroes. I feel like this kid Coda is gonna end up finding out that he has a quirk through all of this. That's what I'm thinking. But I'm also, I don't know, it just feels to me like a bit of a filler because it's kind of super random, because it's not like the regular League of Villains that that they've talked about for the past 2 seasons. It's like a completely different group of villains. So I feel like this is just a filler season with a different League of Villains that somehow has woven itself into being a part of the group that Stain has kind of inspired, basically. But I don't know, it feels like a filler, and I'm not mad at it. I mean, it's a pretty cool side story, I guess, but it just seems so weird compared to how the second season had me just from the beginning. But this one's taking me a little bit longer, it's a little bit slower. So yeah, but overall, it's all right so far. Definitely gonna keep watching because I do want to know what happens next, and I am interested in this kid Coda and seeing what's gonna happen. But as of right now, nothing's really standing out just yet. But I also could be wrong that this isn't a filler season. This is actually in the actual manga, but I don't know because I haven't read the manga, so I'll probably find that out. But yeah, okay, why does this villain that Deku is fighting look like Bakugo, but an older version? So basically his dad. He looks like Bakugo's dad, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is his dad. And the reason why I say is because not only does he look like Bakugo, he sounds like Bakugo, or Bakugo sounds like him. And the fact that he said, I'm looking for Bakugo. So this makes me think this might not be a filler season or filler episodes or whatever. I don't know. I'm still very confused. But I just want to say this villain sounds and looks like Bakugo, or Bakugo sounds and looks like him. And I knew that right off the bat. I was like, that's Bakugo. Why? Okay, what's up? So it is Thursday, November 21st, and I just finished episode 43. And so I got confirmation from my boyfriend that this is actually very important. It's not a filler episode. It's not a filler season. It's actually very much a part of the actual manga. And from his understanding, or for him so far, most of the episodes he's watched of My Hero Academia have all followed the manga. There's really no filler so far, which is surprising considering they're in their 4th season. But
He said this is actually like really important, like this entire like takeover, and I still feel like this is going to cause Bakugo to go bad, because I really feel like that dude whom they just said his name, Muscular, is his dad. Like, I honestly truly feel like that is Bakugo's dad, because he looks like Bakugo, or Bakugo looks like him, Bakugo talks like him, like there's something about him, and the fact that they're after Bakugo. Now this could be though because Bakugo won, you know, first place in the tournament, but who knows? But I really think that that's because he has some sort of relation to Muscular. Like, that's just what I feel like is gonna happen. I don't know, but overall, like, now I'm getting more and more into it, and I think what I'm really liking, kind of just like with second season, what I'm liking about this one is seeing the kids use their quirks a lot more, and like obviously honing them and making them a lot better, and also seeing how much stronger like Deku has gotten. There was one other thing I was gonna say about this, you know, season, or about this episode so far, and I completely forgot what I was gonna say, but that's all right. Let me get to episode number 44, and I will probably maybe update you guys after that one. Who knows, but we'll see. But number 44 is called Roaring Upheaval, and I believe this is when they're going to Tsukiyomi. I hope I'm saying his name right, because as you remember, he has Dark Shadow, and Dark Shadow gets stronger in the darkness, and since they're in the dark in a forest, it's a little bit harder to handle. So I'm looking forward to this episode, and yeah, so let's see what happens. Okay, so I feel like I was half right about Bakugo joining the League of Villains. Ooh, I can't talk today. But apparently, like, okay, so I'm at the part where he's gotten kidnapped, and the next episode is talking about All for One. And at this point, I feel upset regarding the heroes and everything that they're going through right now, because it really reminds me of I don't know if anybody's watched One Punch Man, but in One Punch Man, where everyone gets mad at Saitama, and you feel really bad for Saitama, because you, of course, as the viewer, know the truth. And so with this, it's like you feel bad for the heroes, because just like Hans guy said, they're being treated like villains. And in reality, it's like, yeah, something happened, they're apologizing for it, they're going to do their best to fix it. But I also understand the like human aspect of it, I guess, where they're like upset that this has happened, because this is like a lot of attacks against a first year class, and it's like really making you wonder like what's so special about this first year class that has caused so many villains to go after them. And I'm interested to know like what's going to happen in the next episode. I wonder if Bakugo is going to decide to join the League of Villains. I'm also mad that I think I saw a spoiler earlier on Twitter, which I really hope wasn't an actual spoiler. Oh god. But yeah, I mean, overall, these like 2 episodes I watched, which was 45 and 44, they were both really good, and I was actually like kind of concerned that they were gonna get Tsukiyomi, but they only got Bakugo. But I don't know, it also makes me wonder, what do they want with Bakugo? Like, why? And I think it's just because of his power, and because he was number one and everything else. So we'll have to see more, but I'm enjoying this like arc, I guess you can say.
Good morning, everyone. So it's currently Sunday, December 1st. So it's been a while since I've actually filmed anything for this vlog for me watching season 3 of My Hero Academia, but that doesn't mean I haven't been watching the show. I'm currently on episode 51, where everyone's gonna be moving into the dorms, and I also apologize for my voice. I've gotten sick with a bit of a cold, but what better time than now to watch more of My Hero Academia? But I will say my thoughts now. So I've gotten past where Bakugo got kidnapped by the villain League of Villains. I got past that, and I was wrong. Bakugo was not going to become a villain. I was also wrong that that guy was not Bakugo's dad, because later on you actually meet Bakugo's parents, and it explains a lot, because Bakugo is literally just like his mom. And I also got past the fight between All Might and All for One, I believe, or One for All. Well, All for One. Sorry, I always get their names mixed up. And All for One. And there's just one thing that I'm super confused on. Okay, so apparently, like, of course, after the fight, All Might decided to retire. And All Might says in the video, not, he doesn't say it, but All for One mentions Deku's name and says that he's All Might's successor, right? So I, by accident, I don't know how, but Funimation's site, their app on my Apple TV, skipped episodes and gave me an episode in season 4. And I had watched it and it didn't make any sense, and it was just them in the dorms, but it was basically a journalist that was like trying to find out who All Might's successor was, and he figured out it was Deku. I'm trying to figure out, why didn't people know this already? Because All for One said it when they were streaming the fight, and it didn't make sense because there's obviously audio. And at first I was like, well, maybe there's no audio and that's probably why they didn't hear it. No, there's audio, because at the end, when the news says something, All Might says something like it's up to you or whatever, to which Deku knew that that meant that it's all up to him to become the new, like, symbol of peace. So I'm now so confused on how no one knows that Deku is now the successor for One for, or All for One, whatever his quirk is. He's now that successor. I'm so confused. But anyway, overall, so far, I'm enjoying it. The fight was amazing. I really enjoyed it. I was so wrong about Bakugo, and my boyfriend was so happy when I finally watched these episodes because he's more ahead than I am, and he was so happy that I figured that out. And I don't know how I thought that dude was Bakugo's dad, but I just thought it because of the fact that their mannerisms are exactly the same. They both just were super arrogant. That was why I thought of it. But let me continue watching this, and I'll probably update you as I go if I come to any more wrong conclusions so far about this. But I'm really excited to watch more because it's been a while, and I want to see them move into the dorms, and I want to see if there's any more havoc or excitement that happens. But all right, I'll update you guys later. Okay, so it's Monday, December 2nd, home from work, sick, and I'm on episode like 52, 53, I think it's 52 of season 3, and they've introduced the new schools in their, like, some kind of, not really a tournament, but some sort of test. And Todoroki and Deku and Raka and all of them are going against this class from another school, and to me they look like clones of them. I might be wrong, but they look like clones of them. And so these people's powers are actually pretty cool, and it's interesting because they had mentioned before that there were other schools for heroes, and I like that they're now introducing these schools and seeing, like, because UA is supposed to be like the best school, but now these schools are kind of giving them a run for their money. But I'm excited to see what happens next. I'm interested to see if any of them actually win, but I'm always like, why is everyone always gunning for their school or their class? Like, I feel like it gets kind of old. Just because I feel like every single time they introduce something new, like a new class, a new school, they're always gunning for the 1A class. And I mean, possibly it's because of all the stuff that they've gone through. So they're like, this class is like, gotta be beatable kind of a thing. But it's just a lot. But I don't know. Let's see what happens next. Yeah. All right. Good morning. It is currently Wednesday, December 4th. And I'm on episode, I think, 57, I believe. And right now they're in the whole, like, training to do their licenses and stuff like that. And one of the biggest takeaways I have right now is that right now, to me at least, this season is not as exciting as the second one. I feel like you're still learning a lot about everybody's quirks and, like, their shortcomings of their quirks per se. And I also feel like this season is really focusing
not focusing, but is really hinting at Araka's feelings for Deku. So it's getting into like that romancy kind of a part. But this is not my favorite season. I really feel like the second season was stronger, but I do feel like this season has some strength to it because it did have the fight with All Might and All for One. But I feel like because that happened so early that like this last part of the season isn't as strong. I don't know how you guys feel, but that's how I feel right now. I don't know what's going to happen, you know, as the series continues or for the rest of this season. But I mean, I just think that it's going to continue with them getting their licenses, or some of them getting their licenses. Okay, so I just got done watching the special episode, and I have to say I really liked how they did it. I like how they kind of like joked about it being a special episode and how you had Deku come in and say like, oh, I should be at the provisional licensing exam. What am I doing here? And then playing it off. And I also like that I finally watched the episode that goes before the My Hero Academia movie, which I've already seen. But granted, I saw it before watching season 2 and 3. So I'm so excited I finally saw the episode that kind of like leads into it. And I really like how they had an episode that kind of led into it instead of you kind of having to guess where did the movie take place and what episode does it kind of like start at per se. So I really did like that, and I just overall just liked how they did the episode because they just really joked about it being a filler episode and not like a it just snuck in there. You have no idea how it got there. But yeah, I like the 2 episodes I watched today, and I don't know, like I always say, I'm always excited to watch more because it's My Hero Academia. Who isn't excited to watch more? Okay, so just for the date, it's Thursday, December 5th. And I'm on episode 59, so I'm almost done with season 3. But, okay, I feel like this whole issue between Todoroki and Air Guy from the other school, whose name I cannot remember, I feel like their conflict was like literally resolved in like 10 or 15 minutes. So it's supposed to be rescuing people, but also fighting the villains at the exact same time. And he has this issue with Todoroki because he's like Endeavor, and Endeavor like totally shoot him off when he was a kid. So he has an issue with Todoroki because he kind of did the same thing, and he knows that he's Endeavor's son. I feel like, I don't know if maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but I feel like this is something that should have been explored or brought up in the previous episode so that it was like a little bit of a longer or more meaningful, you know, issue. But I feel like it's because they brushed by it so quick. I mean, to me, it's a huge, you know, thing for Todoroki because he had to look at what his first impression was to somebody. And also, once again, it kind of had to, you know, force him to kind of like get over his self-doubt because once again, he kind of let those thoughts go into his head, which does happen with self-doubt, but he let those thoughts into his head for a minute and then he was able to get through them. But I just feel like this entire conflict was like, it was needed, but it could have happened in the previous episode and extended into this one. But I could be wrong. It could have happened last episode. I just didn't realize. But yeah, that's about it for now. Yeah. Holy crap. Really? Bakugo and Todoroki both did not pass? Okay. First of all, what happened? And second of all, I think it's good for them that they didn't pass. Maybe not so much Todoroki, but Bakugo. Todoroki has definitely like made some strides, especially concerning like between the second season to this season, because he's finally like kind of gotten over his whole hatred with his dad and stuff. But it does show that there's times where he will revert back to that, especially with this past fight with Air Guy or Air Dude, whatever his name is. But Bakugo, he shouldn't have passed. He's so obsessed with just trying to be stronger than everybody else that he doesn't really understand what it takes to be a hero. So I'm glad he didn't pass. I'm not shocked that Midoriya or Deku passed because he's always had like the heart of a hero. So I'm not surprised he passed. But Bakugo's pissed too. He's pissed on top of that, and he really needs to learn a lesson that he has to truly learn what it takes to be a hero, and also and not to focus on other people because he's totally focusing on other people's scores and trying to figure out what they did wrong, when in reality he really needs to focus on his own. But yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick because I was kind of shocked because usually Todoroki and Bakugo pass almost everything. Holy crap, that was a twist I didn't see coming. The Villain League of Villains, whatever they're called, are still around. I thought they were gone. But oh my god, Himiko being able to transform into that girl, and then she got Deku's blood. I'm curious to see what happens next. But oh my god, that was a twist. I didn't see that coming. So I just finished episode 61, where Bakugo and Deku fight. I don't know what I just said there. But I have to say I really enjoyed this episode a lot. I thought it was going to be just one long, drawn-out fight. But I'm glad that it had a reason. I feel like this episode really showed a lot of Bakugo's insecurities and how he's insecure kind of about Deku and kind of about Deku's abilities, and not just his power he got from All Might, but also just how good he is at being a hero with a new quirk, that kind of a thing. And Bakugo just wants to be the best, and it's noticeable now just how much pain that's caused Bakugo. And I'm also glad that there were some consequences regarding Bakugo's like mental health after the whole fight with the League of Villains and the whole All Might against One for All, because he has some sort of like, I guess I want to call it survivor's guilt, but that might not be the right word, but he had some sort of guilt towards that. And I just really liked this episode because it was a really touching episode with also, of course, some fighting involved, but it was very touching. And it was touching to see Deku and Bakugo get a little bit closer, because even though they were already friends, but it was interesting to now see them become like actual rivals, like an Ash and Gary kind of rival, like where they always want to beat each other, but they have respect for each other, that kind of a thing. So I'm very interested now to see what happens later on down the road regarding that, since now my whole like hypothesis about Bakugo becoming bad was wrong. So now I'm interested to see where their like friendship goes from here. They kind of remind me now of All Might and Endeavor, since they're the number 1, number 2 heroes, or before they were. And now I'm interested to see if their relationship is kind of like that. But yeah, 2 more episodes to go also. Okay, so I'm finally on the last episode. An episode before they introduced the big 3, and I'm thinking I'm thinking they're about to be like super strong and super intimidating. They're having them introduce themselves, and Amajiki is so cute. He reminds me of Sasuke a little bit. The blonde guy kind of reminds me of Naruto, and well, I don't think the girl reminds me of Sakura, but she's very interesting. She kind of reminds me of like Sailor Moon because she's kind of a bit of an airhead. But Amajiki is so funny because he's like, I can't talk. And he turns and faces the wall. And now they're trying to introduce themselves, kind of. And like, they're all complete idiots. But I love it because they're like the big 3, but they're just total softies. I like it. I can't wait to finish this episode. Just finished the last episode, and I'm actually really excited for the 4th season. I'll probably give my full thoughts, obviously, on my like review portion of this at the beginning of this video. So look forward to that. But good 4th episode. I love Muriel. I don't know why for the longest time though, when I saw him, I just thought he was a younger version of All Might, and I was just like, oh, he looks like All Might. Or is that All Might the entire time? And then I realized that's not All Might, that's somebody else. But anyway, I'm super excited to see what happens next with this entire series for the 4th season. And I'm probably most likely gonna vlog again for this, so look forward to that. And now here's the end part of this video. Okay, you guys, that was the vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, like always, I'm gonna leave links down below to all my social media accounts, my Instagram, my Twitter, and my blog as well, so please check me out on there. And I will also, of course, like I mentioned previously, I'm gonna most likely vlog season 4 as well. I know season 4 is currently still ongoing, so it might be a while before that vlog is out, but I'll probably do another vlog like this again for another anime series. I'm already thinking of which ones to do now, so we'll see what happens. But overall, hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know with your comments down below. Please like this video, and of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. And I believe this video is probably gonna come out before Christmas, so you guys have a good Christmas, or enjoy your holidays and enjoy doing that holiday shopping, which I need to get to. But all right, you guys, like I always tell you guys, stay positive and be nerdy. All right, you guys, bye.